Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Now. I'm Stephanie Haney. It's Tuesday, September 29th. This is where we bring you the top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Thank you for choosing to be here to get filled in on what's impacting you in Northeast Ohio. And today is a very big day in Northeast Ohio, particularly here in Cleveland. Today is the first presidential debate as we look toward the upcoming election, which is just 5 weeks away on November 3rd. And it's happening right here in Cleveland between President Donald Trump and Democratic candidate and former Vice President Joe Biden. If you want to participate in the conversation that we are having about the debate all day today, you can use hashtag 3election on all your social media platforms. We'll be bringing you up-to-date updates all day long on WKYC.com and the WKYC app, as well as during our broadcast. And of course, you can watch that debate tonight on Channel 3. We'll get into the details of how to do that in just a moment. We do have our live updates up right now on WKYC.com. We have already seen around Cleveland a Black Votes Matter bus. We've got a photo of that up on WKYC.com. And President Donald Trump and Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden are already active on social media today. Biden has already tweeted, "The American people understand the urgency of this moment. They're voting in droves because their health care hangs in the balance. But Donald Trump doesn't care. He sees a chance to eliminate Obamacare and rip away health care protections from millions. It's unconscionable." Now, that is a topic that is expected to be addressed along the lines of talking about COVID-19 during the debate today. Biden also talking about foreign affairs today, talking about the border between Armenia and Azerbaijan in Western Asia. Biden tweeted, "With casualties rapidly mounting in and around Nagorno-Karabakh, the Trump administration needs to call the leaders of Armenia and Azerbaijan immediately to de-escalate the situation. It must also demand others like Turkey stay out of this conflict." And right now, the Turkish president is very much involving Turkey, letting his opinion be known on what's happening in that region right now. Now, foreign affairs are not expected to be discussed today during the debate. President Donald Trump also tweeting this morning. His first tweet before leaving Washington, D.C. to get to Cleveland for the debate was spent promoting Senator Ted Cruz's new book. Trump tweeted, "Our great First Amendment, our great Second Amendment, our right to worship God, and so much more comes down to one vote on the court. Ted Cruz has a fantastic new book, One Vote Away, out today." Trump says it's the best book to read as we fight to hashtag confirm ACB to SCOTUS. Of course, he is talking about his Supreme Court nominee, Judge Amy Coney Barrett, which is a topic, again, that is also expected to be discussed tonight at the debate. So here's what you need to know about tonight's debate. It's being held at the Health Education Campus of Case Western Reserve University and the Cleveland Clinic. Those topics that will be discussed tonight include the economy, President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden's records in office, the Supreme Court, COVID-19, race and violence in our cities, and the integrity of the election. Also, something that we will definitely hear about tonight. Not sure if it'll fall into one of those categories, maybe being discussed under the economy, or if they'll make room for it by bumping one of those categories. But President Donald Trump's tax returns will definitely be discussed, as that report came out from the New York Times on Sunday that said President Donald Trump paid only $750 in federal income tax in 2016 and 2017. Also saying that there were 10 years when he paid no federal income tax. President Donald Trump did tweet in response to that, saying that he paid millions in taxes, but he was entitled to credits and depreciation, as many Americans are, and that everything was done under the letter of the law. Of course, lots of conversation about the audit that he is under, potential debt that he has coming due soon. The New York Times reporting that he has hundreds of millions of dollars in debt that will be due very soon. President Donald Trump, however, saying in his tweet that he is under leveraged, and if you compare his debts to his assets, he actually has a pretty favorable financial situation. So lots of things to be talked about tonight. Everything will be broken down into 15-minute segments. That'll be airing tonight from 9 to 10:30. You can watch that on WKYC Channel 3, also on WKYC.com, on our WKYC app, on our Facebook, and our YouTube pages. The debate tonight will be moderated by Chris Wallace of Fox News Sunday. Here's what we do know. President Donald Trump will get the first question, and there will be no opening statements. We also know there will be no handshakes. So That had been a question in the past when then presidential candidate Donald Trump was debating former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton in 2016. Much was made of the fact that there was no handshake to start. Well, this time there will be no handshake because of COVID-19 regulations in order to keep people as safe as possible and prevent any possible spread or exposure to COVID-19. So we do know that. What we don't know is if there will be any kind of a physical greeting like a fist bump or an air five or any of those things. We also know there will be a limited number of people in attendance, and the Cleveland Clinic will be serving as the health security advisor in order to mitigate any potential spread or exposure of COVID-19. We do also know there will be no masks being worn throughout the debate. And as I said, you can watch that all over WKYC's platforms, including on the air, and you can even watch the live broadcast in the WKYC app. Something that could potentially come up tonight is the fact that Congress has not yet been able to agree on a stimulus package for COVID-19. The House Democrats have put forth another measure that does include another round of $1,200 stimulus checks. They debuted this on Monday. This is a $2.2 trillion package. So, in addition to including those $1,200 direct payments to most individual Americans, it also brings back that $600 per week pandemic jobless benefit. That boost to state unemployment benefits also includes $436 billion in state and local government aid and $225 billion in aid to colleges and universities, as well as more money for businesses under the Paycheck Protection Program. If you remember, that's to keep businesses from laying people off. That's to incentivize these businesses to keep people on their payroll. Now, this measure from House Democrats is cut back from a $3.4 billion bill that passed the House in May. Trillion. A $3.4 trillion bill that passed the House in May. Still, the number is well above what Senate Republicans are willing to accept. They want a package that's somewhere in the $650 billion to $1 trillion range. Obviously, a huge difference there in where the House Democrats and the Senate Republicans are coming from with these packages. And also, even if they can meet in the middle on the money, Senate Majority Leader Republican Mitch McConnell wants something else. He wants a liability shield to protect against potential lawsuits. This is to protect businesses, schools, and universities that reopened during the pandemic. But House Speaker Nancy Pelosi does not like that idea, and she did not include it in the bill that the House presented on Monday. Very possible that will be a topic of conversation at the debates tonight. The fact that the president has not been able to get Congress together in order to come up with something to get more aid to the American people and what Biden might do in such a situation. Now, as we look at what's happening here in Cleveland and the preparation for the debate happening tonight, there are organizers that are planning peaceful protests, and the city is prepared with additional security in order to make sure that things stay safe here in the Cleveland area. The president of Black Lives Matter Cleveland, LaTanya Goldsby, says the group is organizing a presidential debate protest ahead of the debate that will be at Wade Lagoon. Goldsby says that they're looking to get together and have a peaceful demonstration and talk about the issues as they relate to Cleveland. Now, Cleveland Police Chief Calvin Williams has emphasized the role of the National Guard in Cleveland here is to support law enforcement. Governor Mike DeWine did authorize the activation of 300 members of the Ohio National Guard. This is something that is very common. The Ohio National Guard is often called in order to assist with security at large events. So Police Chief Williams says that the Ohio National Guard is actually here to make sure people exercise their constitutional rights. On Monday, Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson held a press conference, and he said about plans. He was asked if there's any plan to impose a curfew. He said that's not the plan pre-debate. He said what happens during the debate will determine what decision we make, and that Cleveland has been a peaceful place lately. Let's keep it that way and show people how great Cleveland is. 3 News also talked with Ohio National Guard Lieutenant Colonel Audrey Fielding. Fielding said that the force specifically trains to focus on working closely with law enforcement in order to avoid any type of escalation or use of force. Fielding said that the number one focus is to treat everyone that they encounter with dignity and respect, and that that's what they'll be doing over the next couple of days. So there will definitely be a close eye on Cleveland. Many people are thinking back to what happened on May 30th when demonstrations after the death of George Floyd, who was killed by a Minneapolis police officer, led to violence and destruction in the city. A lot of people have that very fresh in their minds and wondering what might happen tonight. But the city of Cleveland is prepared for it. The Ohio National Guard is here, and everyone is anticipating a peaceful night here in Cleveland. Now, if you wanted to have a little bit of fun while you watch the presidential debate tonight, you can actually bet on some of the things that will happen. You know, a lot of people bet on things like the Super Bowl, and they have these bets where you can bet on literally anything, like if somebody will misspeak when they're singing the national anthem, or who will win the coin toss, or what will happen in the stands, or, you know, anything like that. If there's something that you can bet on when it comes to the Super Bowl, you can literally bet on it through some of these sites. Well, you can bet on what will happen tonight during the debate between President Donald Trump and presidential Democratic candidate Joe Biden. Some of the things that are available to bet on: will there be a fist bump or an elbow bump or an air five? Will Joe Biden come out wearing a mask? Will President Trump use one of the names that he has come up with for his competition for former Vice President Joe Biden? So these are free to play contests for chances to win real money. Some of the sites that are doing this include FanDuel and DraftKings, who are offering a prize of $50,000 to be split among the people who finish the best, and also Fox Bet, which has a prize pool of $25,000 to be split amongst the best finishers. Now, it's not legal in the U.S. to bet on elections, even though it is legal in Europe. But this is a debate, not an election, and you're not risking any of your own money, so it is all legal. But I will tell you this, from a legal perspective, as an attorney, remember, if the product is free, you are the product. This is a common tactic used by these kinds of apps in order to get more users. And if you are okay with that, then have at it. Some of the people who run these apps have even said the idea is to get people interested in it, get people comfortable with the betting interface, and then hopefully those people will transition into paying sports betting clients. So as long as you know that going in, just be aware of it. If you're okay with that, go for it, have some fun, and also read the terms of service. I know that it's so easy to just click on I accept and not actually read them, but it's a really good idea to know what data it is that you're giving up in exchange for using these apps, quote, for free, because nothing is actually really for free. So just keep that in mind. Also, there are tons of road closures tonight. I'm not going to run them for you down right here because you wouldn't even understand them because there are so many, but we have them all listed on WKYC.com and the WKYC app. So make sure you check that out if you're going to be driving anywhere around the Cleveland Clinic main health campus today in the Cleveland area, or anywhere between the airport and that area, because lots of road closures here in Cleveland today to keep everyone safe ahead of the presidential debate. Switching gears, the other big thing happening tonight, the Tribe is taking on the New York Yankees in the first game of the American League Wild Card Series, and Terry Francona will not be managing the Tribe tonight or throughout the rest of the postseason. Cleveland President Chris Antonetti confirmed that on Sunday. He said that Tito continues to recover, but he's not yet physically able to manage the team. So Francona, who is 61, hasn't been managing the Tribe since August 16th. He's been dealing with gastrointestinal issues since spring training. Also in August, he had a procedure dealing with a blood clot. So in the meantime, Cleveland's first base coach, Sandy Alomar Jr., has been acting as manager, and he'll stay on as manager through the postseason. That opens tonight at 7 p.m. at Progressive Field against the New York Yankees. This is a best-of-3 series, so they're playing tonight and Wednesday, and if necessary, on Thursday. That's tonight at 7 p.m., so there will be a lot going on in Northeast Ohio here in Cleveland tonight for sure. So you'll definitely want to be keeping up to speed on WKYC.com and our WKYC app, and of course, following along with us on Twitter all night long. Here's something else new that's happening as of yesterday. Cleveland Browns wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. is now streaming gaming, and he started that yesterday for the first time. He says his plan is to stream his gaming on Monday and Tuesday nights through the rest of the 2020 regular season. So he kicked it off last night playing Call of Duty Warzone starting at 8:30 p.m. He did that with famous gamer Dr. Disrespect. They played for about 2 hours, and about 185,000 people tuned in to watch them play video games for 2 hours. And he's doing it again tonight. So that'll be at 8:30 tonight. He'll be playing with Seth Huntsman. This is happening on OPJ's YouTube page. We've got that linked on WKYC.com and in our WKYC app as well. That's it for your 3 News Now early update for Tuesday, September 29th. Tonight, we will have special editions of 3 News Now right before the debate and right after the debate. So before the debate, we'll tell you what to watch for, what you can expect. After the debate, we'll have a recap of how everything went, check in with people on how they think it turned out, whether they think it was more successful for President Donald Trump or for the Democratic candidate, former Vice President Joe Biden, and all of that good stuff. That'll be here on Instagram Live, also on Facebook and YouTube. So we'll hope to see you there. And I'll see you back here at 3 p.m. as soon as we get those numbers in from the Ohio Department of Health related to COVID-19 and the rest of the stories topping WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Stay safe, be well, and I'll see you back here in just a little bit. I'm Stephanie Haney.